Girl, I swore, girl, that soon as I get home was a song about you being on tour and not being able to spend time with your man who was big and you wanted to make it up to him. I had no idea, girl.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down. Give it a breathe, y'all. One time nobody stopped in the front. Big guns from the building. Street back Cannon.
Not in front of the camera today, guys. I'm not feeling my best today. Okay, every time I look in the mirror, my damn chin just gets longer and longer like some kind of pelican. So, not really feeling pictures lately. Now, even though Big and I had our differences, I wasn't thinking about leaving him. As a matter of fact, it was during this time that I went to the Ink Spot in New Jersey and got B.I.G. on her titty. Young love is so precious. So blindly beautiful, man. That tattoo shiz reminds me of Krishan Rock and her obsession with Blueface. Now, I believe that Krishan is on the spectrum. I believe that Blueface is on the spectrum. I believe his mammy is on the spectrum. It's not a dig because what's her name? Amanda Seales? She just came out as on the spectrum. And, you know, you have mild, moderate, and severe. Just because you're on the spectrum doesn't mean that you're not able to function in society. Hell, if you ask me, I got a touch of Asperger's. That's why I don't be so mad about a lot of stuff. So you can be highly intelligent, but do dumb shiz and be on the spectrum. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with Krishan Rock, Blueface, and his mammy. What I'm saying is it's obvious to the rest of the world that something is wrong with that throuple. When you think about reckless couples, you think about Whitney and Bobby and Ike and Tina Turner. If you know of any, Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain. Now that I'm reading this book, I want to put Faith and Biggie's relationship in that group of reckless couples. And I swear to y'all, I did not know that all this was happening before this lady even dropped her album. In addition to our arguments, there were other stresses bubbling up from Big that I didn't know much about. Around the same time that I got my tattoo, Vibe magazine published an article about Tupac written by Kevin Powell. Pac was in jail at the time. And in the interview, he blamed Big and Puff for the shooting at Quad Studios 4 months before. Now, I didn't read the article when it came out. Back then, I didn't really keep up with who was saying what in magazines, but I remember hearing Big talk about it. Child, magazines was like social media on paper. Shit is crazy, he said. He know I ain't have nothing to do with that shiz. One afternoon, I was in the studio listening to a track that the track masters produced. Mary J. Blige and her sister, LaTanya, came by my session to say hello. I like this track. LaTanya started singing a random line over and over, and I picked up where she left off. That's hot, Mary said, urging me to continue. All I had to do was think about my on and off again love affair to find the words. As with most of my songs, I was done quickly, in less than a full day at the studio. I would record and then wait to hear back from Puff on how he felt about the song. I trusted his opinion. If he said something was hot, I had no doubt that it was. Puff came into the studio, heard me laying down the track, and went crazy. That's that shit, he screamed out. That's that shit right there. For the entire afternoon that I recorded that song, different music industry folks came through the studio. I remember seeing Heavy D bobbing his head. I distinctly remember seeing Michael Bivins from New Edition. He came in with a friend whom I thought was really cute. I remember noticing that the guy had very distinctive facial hair and a huge Adam's apple. Who is that? Who is that? Michael Bivins got a friend, distinctive hair, and a huge Adam's apple? Like a vulture? I don't know. That's weird, girl. Why you couldn't say the dude's name, girl? Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest was there. Even Andre Harrell, Puff's former boss at Uptown, came through. Something electric was happening. Every single person who heard the song just fell in love with it. From the producer to the engineer to all of the seasoned music industry executives who were there. Before my session was even over, I actually felt like I had a potential hit on my hand. We decided instantly that you don't appreciate the time I put into this love affair of ours, baby. Child, I wish I could put some goddamn auto-tune on that. You Used to Love Me would be the first single. I continued to finish up songs for the rest of the album. While most of the songs I wrote were written to describe my feelings for Big, I wrote one song with lines that I wished Big would sing to me. That song, Soon As I Get Home, sounds like something I've written to a person I wanted to spend more time with. But really, I was writing what I wanted to hear from Big. Girl, Faith, girl, I swore, girl, that Soon As I Get Home was a song about you being on tour and not being able to spend time with your man who was big and you wanted to make it up to him. I had no idea, girl. The songwriting and recording process was coming very easily to me until Puff brought me a song he wanted me to remake. Now, this is the song by Rolls Royce. You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. I can't hit none of that because I ain't a singer. I remember Faith and Mary J. Blige remaking the song, and I knew that it was a reach. Faith felt that it was a reach too, because she felt that it was a strong, hurtful song that would be more suited for a Mary J. Blige, which is true. Puff came in and Faith was like, I don't know, Puffy. I don't know. Mary J. Blige, she really wasn't feeling the song either. But then Puffy said, y'all ain't feeling the song because y'all ain't drunk. Now remember, they been talking about how Puffy be getting the people high and drunk in the studios, all right? I'm not surprised about that. Puffy told them go get drunk. So the two girls went down to some bar, got blasted, came back in, and I'm going to listen to it to see if I can hear Faith and Mary J. Blige slurring on the song. But I felt like it was a reach. But if anybody could do it, I would believe that Mary J. could. So if any of you know anyone who was capable of remaking Love Don't Live Here Anymore outside of the second woman who was the lead singer for Rolls Royce, because the first lead singer, she got pissed off because what's the juicy dude from, I forget his name, he's juicy. He used to work for Motown, and then he gained all that weight, and he did his own record label, and he had Rolls Royce on the label, and he was real partial to the first lead singer of Rolls Royce. And then all the men in the band was like, we don't like that bitch. He only doing nice things for her. We a part of the group too. And then the lead singer said, I'm out of here. I'm fitting to go over there to Britain or London or Scotland or wherever that is and get me a whole British accent and leave you niggas here. Besides the second lead singer that replaced her, who else you know of remade that song and it was good? I don't know what the hell Puffy was thinking. Faith, you know I love you, girl. I love your voice. It is like a whole choir. How floaty and airy and light and beautiful it is. Girl, but you ain't do it right, girl. I'm sorry, you did not do that song right. It was like, because you know I said I was going back to listen to it. It just didn't have the power that the song needed, the pain that the song needed. And even with her drunk, she still sings like a butterfly, like a Tinkerbell. Faith, you didn't do it right, baby. But that Mary J, she was on the money. Or on drugs, you know, because I mean, it is a Puffy studio session. Now, the presence of Faith, I believe, just gives it a softer feel. Like you got this rough and gritty girl, and you got this soft, gentle girl. And they're singing the same song. So I get the concept. I just didn't think that it was going to be a hit. All right? Faith didn't even. As soon as we got a nice buzz going, we left the bar and stumbled back to the studio to try out the song again. I still thought the song was better suited to Mary's voice, earthy and raspy, but I did my best. Puff was satisfied, but I wasn't crazy about it. You'll see, Puff said after the song was completed. That's just what the album needed. The queen of hip-hop soul and the first lady of bad boy together on a track. Trust me on this one. Okay, Puffy. I was really excited about the way my album was coming together and looked forward to the release, which was scheduled for August 29th, 1995. In late spring, I was just finishing up the last few tracks and making plans for shooting a video. While I finished my album, I also went to the studio for a remix to one of Big's songs. His next single, One More Chance, was being remixed using a sample from DeBarge's Stay With Me. The original chorus of the song was like a chant. Puff wanted the remix to be more melodic and radio friendly, and I was enlisted to help reformulate the song. Dang, that damn Faith. I truly underestimated the powers of Faith. That daggone Faith, man. I got so much respect for that daggone girl. I'm gonna have to go see her. Faith, hun. If you're listening to me right now, I would love to go see you when you're down here in Atlanta. And from what I understand, you might live down here in Atlanta. And if you do, girl, I'm going to jump on your back and kiss you in the mouth. Puff wanted the remix to be more melodic and radio friendly. And I was enlisted to help reformulate the song. After listening to the tracks several times, I began to come up with a different version of the chorus that was a smoother and softer version of the One More Chance line from the original. I softened it and came up with similar words with a very different vocal arrangement. Murray came by the studio after I was done and ended up adding her vocals as well. I was pleased with the way the song turned out. And when the song began getting airplay, it quickly became a hit. You ain't never lied. When I tell you, she about to get into the video. The video made me love the song even more. You hear me? Oh my God, that is the sweetest. It's like basically you telling this dude that you don't know why you in love with him. You don't know what's so special about him, but you just want one more chance. In the early summer days of 1995, all my hard work began to pay off. One night I was driving alone in my Land Cruiser back to Brooklyn after a studio session in Manhattan. It was late. I was dead tired and barely listening to what was on the radio until that daggone DJ Funk Master Flex co-signed You Used to Love Me. Then the DJs had power over what was played on the radio. If he didn't want to play it, the motherfucker didn't play it. Or you had to pay him to play it. It's called payola. Right after my single started playing on the radio, we shot the video for Big's One More Chance in a brownstone in Spanish Harlem.
Hey, do my favorite go-go song. Taking a ride on the east side, made a left on MLK. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful day. Riding high on the west side, looking for a hood rat to play. Won't you come out and play? Won't you come out and play? Hey, taking a ride. Hey, hey, on the south side. Ooh, ooh. MLK. Hey, hey, hey.